Hi guys, Michelle Jones here for Cuppa with Michelle, and I'd like to welcome all of you today. Hope you've grabbed your cuppa, and I'm just gonna check if we are live. Here we go. Okay, I believe we are on
Here we
live.
go.
Awesome.
Okay.
I think you could hear that. So I thought a good topic for us to discuss today is going back to basics. A lot of the times when people talk about getting back to health, achieving good health, they struggle to figure out what their routine should be, what the protocols should be, because there's so many things out there about what needs to be done to get back to good health. And going back to basics is a good slogan or a good mantra for all of us because we don't have to do a lot of difficult steps. We don't have to create complicated protocols to achieve good health. So, all we need to do is look at the basic needs of our body and provide it just that. So, just before I continue, let me just blur my background. I think that's a better way so that I'm not losing you guys and nothing is disappearing. Perfect. Okay. Um yes, so let's go back to basics with everything. Let's go back to basics in achieving good health. You know, the very first thing that we all need to do before we go onto any protocol, on any new diet, any new exercise, is to actually think and assess what our body actually needs, where we're at with our health. Are we exhausted all the time? Are we getting enough sleep? Are we losing weight? Are we the right weight? How's our memory? How's our concentration? You need to make an audit, do an audit of your body, do an audit of your performance, do an audit of the way you feel, the way you look, and that's how you decide, okay, what next, right? Forgot to mention, as soon as you guys jump in, say hello, let me know where you're joining us from. We are live in YouTube right now. And yes, let me know if you're jumping in from Australia, from the Philippines, from um, Canada, or wherever it is that you're jumping from. And let me know, have you ever done an audit on your health, on your body, on how you feel, on your mindset, on your emotions? Because only after you've done that will you actually be able to figure out, okay, what do I do next? How do I better myself? Because, really, all these diets, all these exercises, we jump into them thinking that it's actually what we need to better ourselves. Don't ever look at yourself and say, look, I want to be able to be like that person. You're different from everyone else. Their level of their energy levels, their physique and all that might not be doable for you because of whatever your bone structure, your genetics, your activity levels. But it doesn't mean that you can't be as energized and as healthy as they are. Okay. So I think that's the most important thing. Never compare yourself with somebody else. Compare yourself to a better you. Where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to get there? Right? A lot of the times we hear those phrases, we hear those descriptions with businesses, with financial or financial levels. We always say, where do you want to be with your finances in X number of years? Where do you want your business to go? What do you want to be able to reach in terms of success? But that is the same audit that you need to do on your body, on yourself, on your physique, and on your energy levels. Okay? So, where are you? Are you the right weight? Are you in the weight that you want to be? Are you able to complete the the tasks that you need to complete and still have the energy to do more? Are you finding yourself exhausted all the time? Are you exhausted from the time you wake up in the morning? Or are you, busting with energy till just before you go back to bed, to go to bed at night? So those are the things that you need to see. Physically, what do we want to see? Is your skin is your skin soft? Is it dry? Is it oily? Is your hair strong? Is it falling? Have you got dandruff? Make a list of all that. um, have you got the muscle tone that you want? How much muscles do you want to have? um, do you walk? What exercise do you like? And how much of that exercise would you want to be able to do? Not everyone, for example, wants to be lifting weights. Some love dancing. Dancing's an amazing exercise. So if that's the exercise of your choice, how much dancing do you want to be able to do? Do you want to be able to dance all night and not be exhausted? Do you want to be able to dance for an hour and not be exhausted? Have your goals. Do you want to be able to do mambo, salsa, the swing? What do you want to do? Create the goals that you want for yourself and your body, your physique. And that is how you go back to basics. What are the basic things our body needs? Our body needs air, water, food, exercise, and I would say quiet. So it's meditation, relaxing, allowing your body to just stop and rest and hear what the universe has for you, what the spirit world has for you, to feel and hear from within as well. What is it that you truly want? So those are your basics. Again, air, water, food, exercise, quiet. Okay? Now, when you think of it that way, you now can start creating the routine that you want. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Air. What does that mean? You need to breathe good air. If you're working from home like I do, you need to make sure that you're getting outside of the house and breathing in good air. You can't say that I'm breathing good air, but I'm inside my house. Oh, sure, I'm surrounding my home in plants, so I'm breathing good air. No, if your surrounds actually has fresh air like we do here in Australia, go out, breathe the air, spend some time outside, enjoying this good air. Oxygen is needed by every single cell of your body to be able to perform optimally, to be able to grow optimally, and to be able to multiply optimally. Okay? If you live in an environment where the pollution is horrible, then fix it. What do I mean? Make sure that you've got an air filter. Make sure that you've got plants in your house that will actually help produce the oxygen levels that you need. It's not enough to just be at home. It's not enough to just close the windows. You need a good air filter to actually filter out, um, the horrible things in your environment that are brought in from the outside. Now, does that mean that you avoid going out? No, but protect yourself. If there's too much pollution, then wear masks. A lot of the times the people that say, oh, don't wear masks because you're not breathing enough air, you're breathing in your own air and stuff like that. A lot of the times they're people who live in places where there's a lot of fresh air, a lot of oxygen, a lot of clean air. When you are in places where that's not the case, then you need to protect yourself. Wear a mask while you're outside. Go outside just the same. So we did that when we were in Indonesia. We would wear our masks. Obviously, COVID made that an easier task, but we would wear masks when you're outside, when you're walking alongside a lot of cars and motorbikes and fumes. You need to protect yourself. Otherwise, you're ingesting all that. You're inhaling all that. you're absorbing all that in your system. Okay, so again, be mindful of what you're putting in your body. Be mindful of the air you're breathing. Okay. Second, water. Water is one of those things that is so important and yet so neglected. Not everywhere in the world are we able to get good water. So, in places like Indonesia, the Philippines, I'm afraid to mention names if I'm not 100% sure. I've lived in Indonesia, I've lived in the Philippines, Sri Lanka. So, in those places, we know for a fact that we can't drink their water. We are warned against drinking their water. I believe Thailand's the same. So, when you're in those places, knowing that you're already warned against drinking the water because of the pathogens in the water, why would you bathe yourself in that same water? Your body has pores that absorbs those dirty water and those pathogens into your system. So you now contribute to polluting your system with pathogens and toxins that can actually aggravate how your body functions optimally, or how your body functions, because it can't be optimal, it can't be working optimally if you're polluting your system. So be mindful of what you put on you and in you. In you, what are you drinking? If you can't drink the water, are you considering just boiling the water? Are you buying bottled water? Are you filtering your water? Or are you trying to get the healthiest type of water in your body? What are you doing? When you want the best type of water in your system, you want to make sure that you're filtering the pathogens off the water. You want to make sure that you're drinking electrically ionized water, because electrically ionized water is high antioxidant and it's also high pH. High antioxidant means as you're drinking the water, you're also bringing in oxygen in your system. So oxygen isn't just absorbed into your body through the air that you breathe, but through the water. After all, isn't water H2O, right? So make sure that that's what you're ingesting in your system. There are tests that you can do now to actually verify, is your water antioxidizing or is it oxidizing? If it's oxidizing, then as you take the water into your system, you're actually just introducing again pathogens in your system and oxidative stress. So why do you want to put in oxidative stress in your system? Oxidative stress actually shortens the lives of your cells and also prevents your body from functioning optimally. Okay? So I'm going to say that again. If you're drinking water that is oxidizing, if you're drinking water that is acidic, all you're doing is you're stressing the system. You're introducing oxidative damage into your system. You're introducing um, the characteristics in water that can actually damage your cells or shorten the life of your cells. In the process, making the performance of the different bodily functions more difficult. Okay? When you do that same thing and put it on your body and bathe in dirty water, you are introducing pathogens even faster in your system. How many of you actually filter the water that you bathe in? Right? Okay. So know that if that's the case, you can actually purchase a machine that filters and electrically produces ionized alkaline water. Okay. Electrically producing means you're not reintroducing synthetic minerals into the water to make it um, high pH to make it healthier, you're actually producing high antioxidant, high pH, healthy water. Okay. So the water that we drink in our family is called Kangen water, and we all have an enagic machine producing this in our kitchens. So be mindful what you are drinking. Third, food. What food are you ingesting? Are you eating a lot of snacks, a lot of chocolates, a lot of chips, a lot of fried stuff? What is it that you're putting in your body? What is it that you want your body to do? Do you want to have the energy levels? If you want the energy levels, then don't feed yourself a lot of sweets and a lot of sugars, because although sugars gives you a big boost, a big sugar boost with all the energy and adrenaline, it also gives you the sugar crash, which depletes you of your energy. Remember, all our foods have characteristics, and all these characteristics are what you're introducing into your body. So, again, go back to basics. What is it that you want your body to be able to do so that you can choose the right food for you? If you want to go all fruit, that's fine. But what is the reason for doing that? What do you want your body to be able to do? Remember that to be able to create muscles, you need protein. Where are you going to get your protein? Our bodies have basic vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that it needs to be able to function optimally. So make sure that you are choosing the right foods to be able to give you that. Now, some people opt to go vegan, some people go vegetarian, some people go on a seafood diet, some people go on a fruit diet. No matter what your diet is, there is just one, I'd say a couple of questions you need to answer. One is your diet going to be able to give you all the vitamins and minerals that you need to be able to rebuild your system? Second, are you going to be able to sustain this diet? Because starting a diet that you can't sustain will also prevent you from achieving your goals in actually, in the first place, going into that diet, right? If we go back to basics, all you need to ask yourself is where you're at, where you're living, what was the source of food of people back in the day, you know, back before all these processed foods were around. Why do we ask that question? Because remember, it's going back to basics. Whatever was available back then in that area is the foods that you are meant to actually be taking. If you live in the mountains and you don't have water, then you don't have seafood. What do you grow? What do you eat? You eat your vegetables and your meat. Now, if you are in the mountains with the hunter-gatherer mindset, remember that the hunters didn't hunt for food every day of their life. They hunted and they divided the food so that it lasted till their next hunt, which wasn't every day, which wasn't the next day, right? And they um, complement this and I'm losing the term from my head, but they complement it with vegetables and herbs that grow around them. Okay, there are a lot of herbs that are high in fats, in oils, and that's what you can add into your diet. Obviously, the meats have their own sets of fats and sets of oils, and that's what, back then people fed themselves with to actually boost the need for good cholesterol in the body. The reason why we now have problems with cholesterol buildup in our system is because we have the meat every single day for every single meal, right? And in large quantities as well. So if you want to go back to basics, minimize the amount of meat that you're taking and minimize the number of times in the day and in the week that you're having your meats. Have more vegetables. For those that feel that they can't have meats and they just want their vegetables, again, ask yourself the question: my body needs carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Where am I getting my proteins? Right? So no matter what it is that you're choosing to eat, make sure that it can give you all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs. If you're going to answer and say, well, I'm going to get it from my supplements and I'm going to get it from my herbs, the question is, how consistently can you do that? And how much healthier will synthetic vitamins be for you? The more natural your vitamins are, the better it is for you. Always. Okay? So remember that. Again, be mindful of what you choose to put in your body. Be mindful of what you want it to do for you before you choose it. So I've had patients who jumped from the keto, the Mediterranean to, all sorts of different diets, and they can't maintain it because they never ask themselves the questions initially of, what am I trying to do? Why am I going to this diet, and what do I want it to do for me? So I, for example, gone on a keto diet with my husband who wanted to try the keto, but I've tweaked the keto to work for me. I don't like eating a lot of meat, and keto is a lot of meat. So how did I do it? I had to just look at the program and tweak it so that it wasn't an overwhelming amount of meats for myself. There is no hard set rule as to what is best for you. It really depends on what your body accepts, what your body wants, what your body needs. Okay? A keto diet can be right for one person and can be wrong for another. A vegetarian diet can be right for one and wrong for another. Okay? I personally like to have everything in moderation, have all my foods, enjoy all my foods, have my fish, my veggies, my meat, have my herbs, my coffee, my tea. I want all of that, but I try and do all that in moderation and being mindful what it is that I want it to do for me. You know, even with my coffee drink, my decision to drink coffee or tea depends on what I want to achieve at the time that I'm going to have it. Do I want to drink it and have a total infusion of vitamins and minerals in my system? Do I want my immune system to be fed at that moment? And if that is the case, then I will go for my tea. I will get my herbs, collect it, prepare my tea, choose the herbs that I want, and feel for that day and for that moment. And that's what I feed myself. If I want the smell of coffee and I want that coffee boost to perk me up, to wake me up. If I want my digestive system to work a bit faster and move my bowels faster, I go for my coffee because that's what coffee does for me, right? Don't be um, don't create a program for yourself that is too inflexible. Be flexible with your program so that you don't have any problems or any difficulties choosing mindfully what is best at the moment that you're wanting to eat, at the moment that you're wanting to drink, at the moment that you're wanting to feel better. Okay? But my rule of thumb is the more organic, the better. If I can't find anything organic, then I wash it well. There are different protocols in washing fruit, for example, that's not organic. And depending on the type of fruit, you can either pour boiling water on it or you can wash it with soap and vinegar and bicarb soda. If you've got an Enagic Kangen machine, we soak it in 11.5 because that pulls out the pesticides and it actually makes your food last longer. So choose what you're using, know what the benefits are of each option, and use the option that works best for you. Never eat anything that's covered in pesticides. Never drink anything that's got too much pathogens. That's my rule. Okay. I wouldn't say too much, but don't drink anything that's got pathogens in it, period. Okay. Anything that you put inside your body has to be able to eliminate. Your body gets weakened by all these pathogens and additives in our food and in our water. And if you have that buildup, your body will also struggle flushing them out. Okay. So you have to try and keep your body as healthy, as clean, and as safe as possible. Okay. So we've talked about air, water, food. Let's talk about exercise. So, again, as I said earlier, exercise isn't about you needing to go to the gym, you needing to do yoga, and you needing to do Pilates. No, it is what do you want to achieve? Even people who go into the gym, when they go and do Pilates, they hurt everywhere because they move muscles they've never moved before. So, not one single exercise is the best exercise. Doing a little bit of everything is actually the best. But the most important thing is do something that you enjoy. Exercise is simply moving. You need to move. You need to move your muscles. You need to be able to be active so that you're not still. You're not sitting still. You're not lying in bed. You're not a couch potato. Those are the three uh, descriptions that you should not be. Because when you are just sitting or just lying or just watching TV, there's no movement that's happening. Your muscles are not getting used. Whatever you don't use, you lose. And that's how people lose muscle mass because they don't use their muscles. So choose one or two or three exercises that you love because it's only when you love something that you will keep doing it. Okay. Some people go, oh, yes, I hate running, but I'm doing it regardless because, my friend forced me to do it. You'll never stick to that. I have heard also people that go, oh, I hate running and cycling, but I'll do it because my whole group's doing it and it's fun when we do it together. Then that's going to work because you have this whole group of people supporting you. So when you're doing something that you hate and you're doing it on your own, you will not succeed in it. But if you're doing something that you hate and you have this whole group cheering you on and you want to be with that group and enjoy that exercise with that group, or at least give that exercise a chance, then you have a better chance of succeeding in that exercise and making it a routine, a part of your life. If you don't have an opportunity to be with your group all the time, then choose an exercise that you love. Hula hooping, jump rope, um, jumping, not, I was going to say jumping castle, the trampoline, dancing, swimming, jogging, right? If you've got a dog, running with your dog. So find the exercise that will give you most joy, because then you can keep doing it. Now, when we talk about exercise, we're not just talking about physical exercise as well, we're also talking about brain exercise. You need to exercise your brain because if you don't exercise your brain will stop working optimally and you'll start forgetting things. Our brain is a muscle that needs to be exercised as well. Okay, so do crossword puzzles, do Sudoku, do Wordle, do memory games, read books and retell the story, um, you know learn a new language. These different things works your brain so that it's working well and you maintain and create a healthy, happy brain. Okay, your face needs to be exercised. Don't a lot of us don't realize that we have muscles within our face, and instead of exercising those muscles, um, people opt to do botox, um, facelifts, and all these different surgeries. This is not being judgmental. This is not me uh, saying that those procedures are wrong. I believe in you doing what makes you happy, but you also need to realize no matter how many times you do the Botox or the surgeries, if you don't exercise your face, your face will still continually sag, right? So exercise. There are a lot of videos and gurus that talk about face yoga. Go and try them. They look funny, they look silly, but they actually work. So give it a try. Exercise your body, exercise your brain, exercise your face. Okay, so that's exercise. The last one is quiet. You need quiet, you need relaxation, and you need sleep. When you are continuously working, continuously thinking, continuously stressing, continuously, you know, um, doing things around the house, you don't allow your mind to stop and rest. You need to allow your mind time to just de-stress and be quiet and be still, because that's how your mind and your body rebuilds itself. When we sleep, and we sleep a good 8 hours, we allow our body to actually reset, rebuild, and heal. There's no tool or supplement or medication that is better than sleep. Sleep is the best remedy that you could give yourself and gift yourself with. Put a timer on that stops you from doing any work or watching TV. Make sure that by 10 p.m. you're in bed. When you have a day or two where you fail, keep reminding yourself so that on the next day you are able to sleep on time. Put a timer on. Anything that you don't put a schedule for, or you program for, or you plan for, you will not be able to do. So if you're trying to change your routine, put a timer on. Go to bed at 10 at the latest and have your 8 hours sleep. Give your body a chance to reboost, rebuild, rejuvenate itself so that you can keep going on. Throughout the day, give yourself a bit of a break, get up, go outside and breathe, because that stop, that time off from your work allows you to just reset your mind, reset your posture, reset your mindset, reset your mood. And that's very important to be able to have a clear mind and think straight and think what the next step is in your business, in what you're doing, in what you're planning. Okay. It also just allows you to listen in to what your body wants, what your spirit says, what your soul wants, what your God wants to tell you. Okay. Meditation is another amazing way to just stop and listen to what your body needs, to what your soul wants, to what your God, what the angels are trying to tell you. If you don't stop, when will they be able to communicate with you? When will you be able to listen out for those messages? So allow yourself time to stop, rebuild, regenerate, rejuvenate, allow yourself time to download information that's around you. There's so much information out in the universe, in the air, in the energies around us. And all that can be downloaded, but you need to stop and you need to accept. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was just something that I felt was timely and should be discussed. Very few people talk about the simplicity of getting back to health, going back to basics, and giving your body truly what it needs rather than what everyone else is doing. So I hope you guys found that useful. Get in touch with me, leave me comments, and again, have an amazing day. Cuppa with Michelle. I'll see you next week. Bye.